Hi everybody, this is Julia with theflyingcat.net. I wanted to talk to you today about the workshop on Friday. We're going to do an energy clearing workshop for the full moon, which is 7 days later. So we're going to do a technique with a rattle. If you don't have a rattle, it's okay. If you have a jar, I have a jar of lentils. That'll work. And if you don't have any of that, you have your healing tools. So you can clap or snap to break up energy. So the point of this workshop, it's pretty timely. It's going to be May 1st, which is Beltane. So I practice following the Wheel of the Year because I was taught I learned a lot in Native culture here in America, how important it is to talk about where you're from when you introduce yourself, and being someone that's not indigenous of this land, but I'm indigenous from somewhere, that my ancestors probably would have been following the Wheel of the Year. So I dove really far into that and also created some e-zines, which, hang on. I know where it is. Oh, I know. I have everything in my room right here. So, Honoring Beltane is an e-zine with a bunch of topics about Beltane and what it is, which is a fertility holiday, and the opposite of Samhain, which is about death and letting go. Beltane is about life, rebirth, creating, and of course you see it with the flowers and nature and everything. So many weddings happen at this time, of course. You can imagine why. So anyway, a little foray there into the Wheel of the Year. That e-zine is available at theflyingcat.net/wheel if you're interested. So anyway, back to the rattling. So Friday's going to be Beltane, but more than that, I felt called to do this for so many reasons, but primarily because the majority of us here in the United States have been on self-isolated or on lockdown, or have just been staying home if we possibly can to avoid spreading the coronavirus, so this pandemic that we're all subject to right now as a global community, as a collective. So anytime that we feel like we're being oppressed or we don't have control is a big red flag for me in my life. Is what I've learned and worked through, is that anytime I feel like I'm out of control and I don't have, it's their fault, it's this thing that is causing me to feel disempowered or out of control. And I've been exposed to ceremony in so many ways that I have learned how and walked through reclaiming my power over and over and over again from that victim state, from our culture, from just limiting beliefs, from external circumstances, relationships, work issues. I mean, everything. Anything that you can think of that is like, I don't know what's going to happen. Then we can lose our power, we become deflated, and we feel lost and confused. And so the first thing to ask for if you're feeling that way is clarity. And the second thing to do is surrender if you possibly can, if you have a way to pray or to turn it over to something greater than yourself. And that can be nature, or it can be literally gravity. I mean, the forces of nature are bigger than us. And I have total faith in them. So, in having learned earth medicine ways, I learned this technique from Pixie Lighthorse a couple years ago, probably 2017. So I'll go over it with you right now. And the whole point of doing this work is, we need to get ready. We need to get our mindset. This is what I wanted to share with you now, so that you're ready for Friday. so that when we actually go into this work and engage with it, and I'm going to invite you to continue to do that work for the next 7 days to prepare for the full moon, which is a great time to just be new and to be clean and to be in a place where you just have a blank slate. And we're all carrying this heavy cloak of pandemic, uncertainty, don't know what's going to happen as things open up again, as we go back out into the world, as we meet each other, as we work through waiting for testing and just some clarity around what's going to happen with our external circumstances. We can work on our energy anytime. You don't have to feel like you're in control or you know what's going on to work on your energy. In fact, that's one of the best times because it will help you reclaim your power. And as you shift your energy, as you shift here, and your physicalness, things around you start to shift. And those synchronicities and things start to pop up, and maybe you see those all the time. That's a good sign. That's like high five from the universe. Just kind of keep going in that way if you're getting those signs. So anyway, back to the technique. So I'll ask you to come with a rattle. So anything is fine, like a jar is great. You can fill it with whatever you like, which is one of the things that I love about this technique is, so this rattle has some special stones in it that I put in to help enhance throat health and speaking. So this was a rattle that we used a lot in journey class and sharing circles. So you rattle after you share to clear. So you're done, right? So then you clear and it's open for the next person. So that's what we're going to be working with. I also have like a rhythm egg. You can use a baby rattle. You can use, I had somebody that would use a pack of Tic Tacs, and just have it on the go. Ultimately you want to have something that you really like to work with. And again, you can just use your hands or snap your fingers. So I'm going to ask you to come with a full glass of water. We'll drink that first, and then we'll go through the rattle technique together, and we're going to take our time with it. We're really going to get into things, so you can clear out the field around your energy or around your body, which is your energy bubble, which is your filter for the day-to-day. And then we'll work into the specific chakras of the body and the energy centers, and you may find some really interesting things there. And what I'm also going to ask you to do is to come prepared to change, to let go. And when we think about what it takes to change, we need to feel safe. We need to feel connected to something that's going to take care of us. And I like to think about the snake shedding its skin and how a snake has to go somewhere hidden and safe. In the crook of a tree. I don't know exactly where they go, but you know what I mean. They have to be somewhere because they're going to be blind during the time that they are going to be shedding. So they are completely 100% vulnerable. So what we're going to be doing on Friday is getting naked and taking off our cloaks of protection, build up, just mental things, emotional things, things that have impressed upon us from this period of time that we've been inside, or we've been staring at the screen, or just this big shift that we've had in our lifestyle, and what that means for who we are and how we want to be going forward. So who we've been in the past is gone, and who we have been in quarantine is here, and now we're about to step out into the world and become someone different. So what I want to offer you for this workshop on Friday is a way to just continue to clear, to shed your skin. You might need to go blind and feel vulnerable for the week after as we go toward the full moon in Libra. which is going to be about judgment and discernment in our moon journal prompts. We can talk about that too, and also balance is what comes up with Libra and the full moon. So planting seeds at that time, of course, but preparing our energy body and preparing ourselves as a collective, and that's really the need that I see here. And celebrating Beltane and the life-giving energy that happens on that day. So that is the plan. I hope to see you on Friday, May 1st, 2020. I will be recording this session and sending it out to the participants so you can go through it again and again. And I absolutely want to hear your questions. I want to know what you think, or if you're confused about anything, if you're not sure about something. There is a financial hardship option, so there's a promotional labor option if you share the promo 3 times before the start of our workshop anytime this week on Facebook or Instagram and tag the flying cat. Then the fee is waived. So I hope to see you there. If you want to be there, I want you to be there. Okay? Thank you guys so much. I'll see you there. Bye.